What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today on the small form factor PC. And today we're going to finish up Escape the Backrooms, because it ran pretty easily with the right settings on everything, so I don't feel like there's a real need to try this on every conceivable PC. Unless we try this one on Ultra and it like struggles and drops down, then maybe we'll reconsider, but until then, I'd say this is where we're going to stop. So hopefully I can figure out how to beat this next level. It's not looking so good so far though, but hey, I stay positive. Anyway, let's get into the game.
Alright, well let's see what a pretty high-end PC can do. I'd put this kind of at like the bottom of high-end, top of mid-range at this point. But let's see what it can do at 4K, which isn't really what it's designed to do, but for the game like this, it should be fine. Hey, if it's not, we'll have to drop settings until it is. So, here we go. Get ourselves some gameplay. And you know what, on Ultra, it doesn't really look that bad. It's not gonna win any graphics awards, but it looks way better than I thought a game like this would look, maxed out, you know? So it's kind of funny. It actually looks pretty damn decent. Maxed out, still gets okay FPS and frame times. And then it has the other option where you can put this thing so low that the graphics like mess up and you get like 400 FPS on something that's like $400, like the Firebat. Whereas this would probably get like almost 1,000, maybe over 1,000 if you put it down to low. If you care about that kind of thing, you can play this like an esports if you want, but I'd rather play it like this. This adds a lot more to like the ambiance. Well, that and being able to actually hear sounds. Takes a lot out of it when I'm doing the Steam Decks and the allies on the capture computer and I can't hear a damn thing. Half of this game's creepiness is the sound, after all, but this thing's got pretty damn smooth frame times. I think it might have like a little hiccup every once in a while, but for the most part, you're getting frame times like this. And again, obviously this is not the most graphically intensive game known to man, but again, I'd rather play a game that looks nice and gets good performance without a bunch of stutters versus a game that looks amazing but stutters like crazy and you struggle to get even 30 FPS on something like this, which is a pretty expensive PC. Half of it's because I try to make it all small. If you just made it regular size, it'd probably be like a $1,500–$1,600 computer or something like that, I'd guesstimate. But since I wanted it to be all small and portable and smaller than consoles, I was like, okay, well, what can we do about that? Well, $2,300 later, this is what you get. So it's definitely a little overpriced for what it is. And I could have gotten a better GPU. I could have fit a AMD GPU in there. I can't remember what one, but then I thought, that'd be boring. I've already got so many AMD systems that are all AMD. Kind of want to have like an AMD and NVIDIA system. At least one of them on the channel, you know? And this actually ended up being one of the more popular computers on here. So, kind of glad I did it. In fact, I think it might already be more popular than the secondary computer in a lot of ways. Oh shit. I'm not gonna lie, that one definitely got me a little bit. I definitely jumped a little when I was playing for real. Yep, see what I mean? There's a tiny little frame time skip right there. But for the most part, you're doing pretty good. Probably because it doesn't have a bunch of ray tracing and all this other garbage in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a game when ray tracing is done right and all the freaking control or all the options are there for you to get a pleasant experience. But when you have to turn on frame gen just to make it halfway doable, it's like, no, I'm not accepting these fake frames. They can be great for smoothing things up if you're using a controller or something. But for me personally, I can't stand it when I'm using keyboard and mouse. Now, some people say I'm crazy and they're the exact opposite. And yeah, it's totally okay. Luckily, me liking that and not liking that makes it not anyone else's problem but my own. That would be lame. I wouldn't like it if I was just like, okay, well, nope, my opinion is absolute. Everyone has to play with my settings. That would be pretty lame, honestly. I know a lot of people probably think, oh, ha, I'm so cool because of that. Like, nah, I think everybody would hate me because of that. And I'd get resented, and people would honestly probably try to kill me over that eventually. You don't fuck with people's games. People have killed over a lot simpler shit. I remember somebody killed someone over Halo match or some shit, and I was sitting here like, are you kidding me? I mean, the most funniest thing I've seen is somebody throw a Nintendo at someone's face. I remember my friends were playing Smash Brothers on Nintendo 64, and one of the, I think, yeah, it was two Pats, Pat versus Pat, and one of the Pats was freaking using Pikachu and juggling the other Pat into a corner and beat him. So the other Pat picked up the N64 and threw it at the dude's face. And we all thought it was pretty funny, although I don't think the person who got it thrown in their face was funny. I think they thought it was pretty lame. But we were all immature kids back then. Obviously now I don't think that's very funny. Actually, no, I lied. It's still pretty funny. But that doesn't make it right. I don't know. That's one of my weaknesses, watching kids get hurt. And at that point, we were kids. So it just gives me a snicker a little bit. And I mean hurt like a little bump on the head. Not like, oh, that kid just went through a wood chipper. Haha, that's fucking hilarious. Nah, that would be fucking terrifying and not something I'd want to see. But, you know, then when they run into a freaking, like, wall and just bonk their head a little bit. Especially, I've noticed something. They don't really seem to react half the time unless the parents freak out. And as soon as they see the mom or dad freak out, that's when they start crying. And it's like, I don't know. Unless they really hurt themselves, that's when they actually start crying. But I've noticed the opposite for the other thing. Anyway, though, why don't we move on?
All right, let's try getting some camera recorded gameplay here. Unfortunately, I kind of had to restart the level. Oh, at least you don't get to, you don't have to lose all your shit. And you even get more shit. I didn't want to restart the level, but it is what it is. Just in case. Thought I heard something. Alright, now last time I tried to go down, it did not end well for me. But then the time after that, I glitched out the thing. It didn't know what to do. It thought I got killed and escaped at the same time. Man, those things are hard to see in the dark, but I feel like if I use my flashlight, that's just gonna say, hey, kill me. I'm right here. You should come over here and kill me, you know? But maybe it's not like that. Man, this is definitely a harder one, that's for sure. Give me all the flashlights. I'm taking them all. Alright, we don't really need the water right now, so we'll just go like that. And we still got enough room for keys and stuff. Alright, we're ready to go. Although, who knows? How funny would it be if I'm supposed to go somewhere on this level the whole damn time and going down is useless? You never know. It's just a stupid pipe sounds. Makes me think the thing's crawling on the ceilings on these pipes. My little safety room just for a quick second or two. Just chill. But yeah, this game is definitely does a good job of being way creepier than the other game. When they add something dangerous that you have to, like, you know, not get killed by. Which I thought with that other game I was playing, it was like a snake I saw at one point, but then it never showed up again, so I was like, oh, I guess not. Quick enough. I thought I heard something and I was right. But I have a feeling that's the right way to go. Because there doesn't really seem to be any other ways.
But I guess I could explore the middle, but I feel like on this level behind this door, there's one in the center over there. Just waiting for me. Well, I guess we can go check it out. I mean, it's not like I die in real life. If he catches me, so might as well go explore, right? Don't get me wrong, it was like a little jump scary the first time it happened, but after that, it's just kind of like, oh, I got eaten again, you know? Kind of thing. Alright, now, it seems like going down is probably the right way to go, because I just, like, did a different circle this time, and we still have to go down here. But here's where I always get caught. Okay, nope, you don't go that way. Alright now, the stupid bastard is probably still sitting right there. So how do I get around him without getting eaten? I cannot outrun him. It'd be really funny if I could just like shine my flashlight at him and then like he'd just get scared. I don't think that happens. Nope, I'm going back on my home. I saw one of those and they said, don't trust those. Those are all fake. I'm the only real one. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe my character's a monster too. But, sheesh. So there definitely is a way down there. That one's not the wall one. I swear I went down one of these and it was a freaking wall. I swear there was still one on this level too. In any case though, I think that's probably good enough for camera recorded gameplay anyway. So why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up?
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Escape the Backrooms on the small form factor PC. And unfortunately I couldn't beat the next level. I was hoping I could, but them damn monsters kept eating me. But still seems like a pretty fun game, and it ran really well on here, so I figured, nah, this thing's getting that much FPS without upscaling or anything. I don't even think this thing really has upscaling. It has dynamic resolution, but I don't think that is really the same as upscaling. I think that just means it'll sit there and try to make you hit a decent FPS. But I don't usually do that in these videos unless it's like the only possible way to get decent FPS. Then we'll throw it on. Some games have it on by default, and if we just do game defaults the default way. I mean, sometimes I'll still turn off motion blur and stuff like that, but other than that, they're default. So that doesn't really affect FPS anyway. So yeah, with how well it runs, I don't really see the point in continuing unless somebody wants me to see play on the G15 Advantage or the Alienware or one of my other desktops. Then sure, just ask. I don't mind doing it. I just didn't want to sit there and waste everybody's time doing it on every single computer. You know, there are much tougher games for those to run. But in any case, that's all I got for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.